Tim, I don't know if this is a good idea. 2 guys in a car park with a camera.
Oh, because it
in
could be
car.
dodgy. Okay, so we're in a car.
We are in a car.
Is there anything? I'll tell you what. Actually, have you? All joking aside, when you do,
I feel very close to you as well, like the way sort of.
We're very close. I'm happily married. I just put that on the record.
And I'm heterosexual.
Yeah.
I want to add that as well. Nothing wrong with.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So, girls, send in your emails to John. No. Yeah. Actually, all joking aside, we're in a car now, which has just put me in mind of the fact that when you do, going back to the wedding photography, just chatting a bit about that today. Oh, that's better.
Can add that light in there as well as maybe an effect.
Yeah, but I just like the way that it's all gone quiet now in the background. It's really good. Yeah. Interestingly, like some of the shots you do, are like kind of not standard shots, but you know what I mean. There's like a bride and groom and a this and a that, etc. But they often have a nice car, don't they, or some sort of carriage of some sort, and you get shots. Do you get shots like through the doorways and stuff? I just think, do you see what I mean about the car? So we're in a car, and it just made me think about. How does that work?
Yeah, I do. Obviously, if they've got a really nice car, like there was a wedding I done, I don't know, maybe a few months ago, and the bride pulled up in a brand new Bentley.
Oh, nice.
Which was her father's friend's car.
Cool.
And obviously, I had to document that.
Yeah.
Her pulling up in that, and that was obviously part of the whole shebaz on her wedding.
Yeah.
So, yeah, of course. But otherwise, if they turn up, what I don't like, like the last wedding I've done, for argument's sake, they turned up in one of those big stretched Hummers. With pink ribbon on, and that's fine.
Yeah.
Horses for courses.
Yeah, nothing wrong with pink Hummers. We just like to point that out.
And I did, take a photograph of that for her because again, it's part of her day and his day, so I wanted to document that. But ultimately, it's not going to be something I'm going to put in my portfolio.
No, fair enough.
On the flip side, if they are in a Bentley or an Aston Martin DB11, that's going in there. That's going in the portfolio.
Yeah.
So yeah, answer to your question, I definitely do. Like take that into consideration when you're doing a wedding, Tim. It's always important to document all aspects of it.
So there's different aspects of what happened on the day, and you're capturing it. Yeah. But I was just thinking, can it be a bit awkward? Like I suppose it depends what the day's like. I'm thinking in terms of shooting in a car, because like you presumably the doors open, you're shooting through that kind of thing. Yeah. So you get some of them shots.
I mean, there's a couple of questions you asked there. Firstly, do you feel awkward? If you ever feel awkward. As a wedding photographer, you're in the wrong business.
No, you've got to feel relaxed then.
If you feel awkward, you're definitely not in the right game.
No.
Secondly, in the car, I mean, a lot of photographers do that. Wedding photographers get the shot in the car, like they get in, so they get in sort of the passenger side and they're shooting
the back. Okay.
Which is a typical shot. But generally, you've got to use flash for that, and
that could kill the atmosphere a bit.
I mean, I'll get those shots if I feel that it's appropriate.
Right, okay.
But it's not like on the must-have list.
Okay.
So I always get them coming out of the car.
Oh, okay.
Just generally they're with their father most of the time, or the other bridesmaids in the car, hence a stretch limousine, like Hummer thing. So, yeah, I mean, I always document her coming out of the car when she's just arriving, but not necessarily in it.
Okay. John.
Yes.
Tell us a bit about your recent shoot that you went to, like a manor house type vibe in the countryside. Some models there, and you had some plans. And I've seen one or two of the shots. It looked cool.
Yeah.
Tell us a bit about that, like planning and going and stuff.
Yeah. So, firstly, there's one or two things. Firstly, I want to talk about is being part of the community. So, because I didn't arrange that day.
Okay.
All the models to be there. So there's a very good friend of ours, Steve Lilly, who kindly invited me along.
Brilliant.
And he done all of the arranging for the models, the venue. He was kind enough to speak with the vendor and so on and arrange a price. So I literally just turned up.
Fabulous.
He arranged a group with 3 other very talented models, a lady called Bettina, Carla North, and Sadie, which are fab.
That's a heck of a lineup.
Exactly. And one thing I sort of learned, like when Steve put this community together, like this personal chat thing with all of us in there, all of the models, all of the other photographers, is how other photographers, just the coffee machine there is really annoying. It's making me actually want a cappuccino. It's just my detox day at the minute, so I'm just trying to have the green tea instead of the cappuccino.
Do you want that macaroon?
No, you go for it. You can have your sugar hit.
I've got the macaroon.
You can have your sugar hit.
This is almost a cake. This is a small gesture towards a cake.
So where was I? So there was 3 really good models in there. There was 2 great photographers. What I learned straight away from being in that group is how other photographers want to, or how they plan for the shoot. So they were discussing what they wanted to do with the models in the sense of what they wanted them to wear and how the hair and all that sort of stuff is being done. The thing with me is I worry about that stuff second. The thing for me is it's more about composition and light. They're 2 things I play around with. So for me working with those models and those photographers, I wasn't too concerned what they were wearing too much because I knew I was going to be playing around with light and composition, and that's what was going to enable my imagery to be different from sort of the other toggles that were there on the day. So, I mean, the day as well, I mean, coming from a wedding photography point of view, there's really 2 things that I wanted to get from that day. I had a wedding dress that I bought, that I got the models to wear, and I think that what I want to do is to be able to offer my clients the opportunity to have those what we call money shots.
Right.
So in a controlled environment, you know, with like a luxury piano,
beautiful setting.
Yeah, classic lights, lamps and so on. It's just a very dramatic feel, and
which suits your style because your shots always have that energy and drama in them.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean that's my sort of style.
Yeah,
if you like, that's probably what I'm known for.
Indeed.
So. The read for that shoot, I mean, obviously I was having great fun with the models, I was having a good time, but what I wanted to get out of the day was probably just 1 or 2 images that I can present to a potential bride to say, look, if you are interested in doing bridal portraiture, after your wedding, you paid £5,000 for a dress, you want to maybe wear it more than once.
You could get a really lovely shot as part of the memory of your wedding day.
Exactly. So,
so this is like the images you could get from a shoot like this. It gives you something nice in your portfolio to show to clients. So that's good. It's really, I mean, obviously I was going there just to have fun for the day, which I did do. The girls were amazing, and it's very different obviously working in a controlled environment like that, where you've got a model and who knows how to pose. The setting is the setting. Exactly. You've still got to bring the elements together, but this is where it's quite intriguing because a wedding is, I think we've said this before, like a wedding photography, which you do, is like there's an element of like fashion photography, there's product photography, there's certainly event photography because it's a massive event and things are happening and you want to capture them. So so there's lots of different challenges. So I suppose in one sense it's kind of like almost a luxury for you to have it all. Like we've got a model who's a model, not just a random member of the public, so to speak.
Absolutely.
And you've got controlled elements. But but then that helps you for creating a really nice image.
Absolutely, and I mean, wedding photography is massively different from in a controlled environment.
Yeah, of course, because anything can happen.
Well, you sometimes literally got like 5 minutes to shoot with a groom and a bride, or group shots, whatever it is. You are against the clock, and you've got to be thinking really quickly on your feet. And I like that. I like that excitement. the thing with wedding photography, firstly, and a bit of a disclaimer, is it's so subjective. And I think that for anybody that maybe wanted to be a wedding photographer or aspire to be go into that genre of photography as a wedding photographer, is to sort of find your style, is to find what it is that you find interesting, and to sort of really stand by that. So as a scenario, when I was working as a second shooter with a guy called Si, when I first started out, however many years ago, he always used to say to me, I don't want you shooting any lower than F4 and above. You know, typically his sort of images are between F4, F5.6, so everything's razor sharp, everything's in focus all of the time. And I sort of had that drummed into me, like, this is wedding photography, because I didn't know any different. And with this guy who's been shooting for 15 years,
fair enough,
16
that's
years,
what works for him.
And he's consistently getting bookings and all the rest of it. And I was looking at his images, and at the time I was like, these are really good, and they're okay. Yeah. And as time's sort of gone on, and when you've done 5 weddings, 10 weddings, you sort of see how things are happening, you start to slow down a little bit. I sort of said to myself, like, I don't like everything being razor sharp. I like kind of a dreamy sort of shot. I like the drama.
Exactly.
So
that's what comes over in your shots.
Yeah. So,
and that becomes your sort of hallmark. When I look at it, I think, that's one of John's.
Exactly, and I've purposefully gone down that road. I've purposely sort of, because I know that there's a lot of people out there, like brides and grooms, that look at my work and go, oh, hang on a minute.
So it's then what you're saying is to set your own stall out.
Yeah.
Some will absolutely love it and get it and embrace it and want to. Whoa, come on, John, let's do this. And then someone else might think, not quite for me. I'm more just safe as houses sort of, kind of thing.
Exactly.
Fair enough.
And that's another
and that's
thing.
fine, isn't it? Because there's so many people out there that it's. There's plenty of options for people.
Well, if we talk about the wedding photography industry, it's so competitive. It's so competitive. And what a lot of wedding photographers do is play the price game and position themselves in price, which is a losing battle, I think, in the long run.
It's a rush to the bottom, as I call it.
Yeah. So, when for argument's sake, from a bride and groom's point of view, they may be wanting to work with a woman photographer. That could be one thing. That could be an element. Which,
John, I can't see you doing that. Your hair's too short.
Well, we can shoot on a Saturday evening.
That's another
big
show.
White stilettos.
That is not Talking Togs. That's another video show.
Not going to be on YouTube. I think that the point I'm trying to make is you can't please everyone.
No.
You can't please everyone. So it's more important to
find your own vision and set your stall out and go down that pathway.
Exactly, and not steer too far away from where brides are like, almost like, what is this? It's not like a Vogue shoot. It still has to have that
within the boundaries of of the genre.
Exactly.
But
So I think that it's a case of from a wedding photography point of view, the experience I had early on is I was told that this is the way to do it. And anyone that says to you or you, this is the way to do it, they haven't got a bloody clue what they're talking about. Because
that's
we're
their
all
way
unique.
to do it.
Exactly.
That's it in a nutshell. That's their way to do it, and that's good on them. But it's not necessarily your way.
No. And that's one of the things that frustrates me. Is with a lot of photographers where they say this is the law, this is the way. And particularly when you're early on.
Yeah. I suppose it's how can I put it? It's almost like there are certain key things with the building blocks, like getting things in focus and well lit and so forth and so forth. But even well lit, what does well lit mean? Because it could be, very even and almost bland lighting. It could be strong side lighting, and they'll both be correct. It's a bit different. So even, I suppose, fairly early on, you can start to. But what I mean is, you do have to have. There are sort of some fundamentals that kind of are universal, but then after that it quickly diverges to what floats that person's boat doesn't float theirs and so forth and so forth. So.
Again, it's as I say, I think where wedding photography. I mean, that's my thing. That's my genre.
Yeah.
And I've been moving around. I do so much research around that. I think
good.
I think in my take, you know, if you've got
Here goes the bell.
We're
We're running out of time, folks.
See you later.
The bell's going.
See you next week.
He's kidding.
So, yeah, I think that to have a particular way to say this is wedding photography is wrong, because when you find something that separates you from everyone, that differentiates you, is having your own style with your personality. They're all different.
Yeah.
I think what a lot of photographers are scared of doing is being scared to turn people away or reject people. That they say, I'm for everyone. And when you speak to everyone, you speak to no one.
Yeah, that's a good line.
Yeah, so, and that's what I'm trying to get with my wedding photography. So, sort of the imagery that I'm creating, obviously, at First and Lodge that we started talking about, that imagery, you won't find that from many other wedding photographers that I can find.
No, because that's your style.
Exactly, and I've deliberately done that, and that's my style. It's what I like, and I don't splash that all over my website, my wedding photography. But what I'll do is I will present that to the bride to say, you know what, I can do this. If this is something that you're interested in, this is another option or a path that we can go down.
Yeah.
Which ultimately is going to separate me from Joe Bloggs, another wedding photographer, who's like, these are my images, they're all perfectly lit, they're all, you know, no saturation, taking out, whatever.
Yeah.
Take it or leave it. Because where I'm a bit more, you know, fashion sort of drama is my sort of film I'm trying to get within my wedding photography.